Okay, good morning, everyone. Last class, we saw just overview of this entire case study project. Okay, and also we did a setup, um, the setups, project setup steps. I walked through that. Uh, Anyone have any question on the setup, environment setup steps? Are you guys able to do, or you are yet to do? Let me know if you have any question so that I can take it up and then move forward.
I'm good with the setup.
Okay, all right. Okay, so if you have any question, please post it on the our chat or our Telegram chat. We will discuss and we'll try to uh, resolve your issue. Okay, so we were able to set up the programming languages or runtimes, and we also set up the database and the distributed frameworks like Apache Spark, Hadoop, and Apache Kafka. Now we need to do the Django setup that we will do when we are running the dashboard, which is a Django based application, right? So today we will go through the project setup, source code setup, and we'll try to run the each step and I'm sorry, and we will I'll walk through the each step programs. Okay, so till line number 20 like 19 we have done already. Now we'll go and activate the Python virtual environment. So let me start my virtual machine. So just make sure when you run the virtual machine, Python virtual environment, just make sure where the whatever the Python virtual environment you created, just give the full path. Okay, that should be fine. So it will activate. Okay, I will open it. Okay, first we will see which program. Okay, so I will go in this first. I will start the virtual environment, not the real time one. We will go with the producer program. Okay. Okay, I'm just going on to the line number from 94, right? So we need to run the stream data simulator, okay, which is under the Kafka producer and consumer. So I'll just open the project here. And so we have this producer Kafka underscore producer.py. We have this program, okay. So in this program, we are using a class called Kafka producer. Okay, so if you are familiar with the Python, right? So when whatever package you use, we have to input like. So this Kafka producer is the one which we are going to help you to publish the data into Kafka topic. Okay. First, we need to install the package. So to interact with the Kafka, so Python provides a package called Kafka-Python. So this we need to install it. Okay. So this can be installed manually by running this command pip install or pip3 install Kafka Python, or generally any Python application. If you have multiple packages to be installed or one, so we create a requirements.txt and place the packages. Okay, and then so I am here. So in the home directory, we have data making folder. So work area, we have it here. Let's create one directory called what is the, so in the work area, just we'll try to follow this folder structure, or you can have whatever the folder structure you want, but just make sure you follow the folder structure. Okay, I will increase the, sure, I will increase the font size here.
Before that, we need to create an SQL Server databases.
We'll go by one by, so we'll go in this order. So basically we will cover the simulator. So because simulator is going to publish the data to Kafka. So then we'll go on step by step, right? So before running the streaming application, we have to create the database.
Okay.
So we'll go with this order. So I'll just create as per the path we use it here. Inside work area, I'll just create a critical code. Then let's go there. I'll increase the font, right? Go to this things appearance, right? Change settings, appearance, font size. Let me keep 16. Okay. I hope this is visible. Okay. Now what I'll do is, so I'll connect WinSAP, which I already connected here. I guess. I hope you are able to install WinSAP, right? So this step is fine, right? Or you want me to explain this? Okay, let me explain this. So we have a utility called WinSAP, okay, which is used to transfer the file from a Linux file system to Windows file system to Linux, and again the vice versa. Okay, so for that, generally you just click on new site. So what we use the FTP protocol. Okay, so yes, FTP protocol, and you have to specify the host, like how you are specifying the host name for when you connect via PuTTY. Similarly, so like my host name is if config. So it is 192.168.56.102. So same thing. 192.168.56.102, and then the username is DataMaking. Password also same. Okay, and just you can say login, but if you want to use this saved login details for future, you can just save, give some name, whatever name you want to give. DataMaking PM3-1. Okay. So you can save the password and say okay and log in. That's going to prompt this alert message. Say yes. So now the left side what you see is the your Windows folder structure. The right side you see is the Linux folder structure, which is we are using the Ubuntu, right? So we created a code folder. So I'm just going to move this entire folder. So I place my code. We have a zip file which extracted the entire course underscore download folder. I'm moving it here because I'm just when you're running the program, I'm just using the full path. So that's the reason I just in the same location, code location, I'm moving this. So you can just drag and drop, or you can do upload. Right click on the file and do upload. So whatever the location you want to place, you just open it on the right side and move it. Now our code is here. Okay, just go to course, ecom, and then we have just go to the Kafka. So this is the path, right? Now let's first we have to install the package, the Kafka-Python. For that, the command you can use is pip3 install -r requirement.txt. So it installed the Kafka Python package. Okay, so if you would have, I would have run without installing that, then it will say Kafka it not able to import the Kafka package. That's what we import. We are importing in the program. So in the producer.program, the first step is from Kafka import Kafka producer. Okay. So it will say this is not there. So that's the reason we imported. Now we will just what we'll do is we'll create a one topic. So how do you create a topic? So just refer the previous document where we use the install Apache Kafka. So there is multiple steps given here, like how to create a topic, how to describe the topic, and how to list the list of topic in the Kafka broker, all this given. So we'll say just take this. There is a utility called Kafka-topics. So this is the one we are going to use it. If you look at the home / DataMaking work area software. So we have a Kafka installation folder, and inside that if it is a bin folder. So here we have all the utility, all the shell based or command line based utilities to interact with the Kafka broker. So we are going to use the Kafka-topics. That's that. So this is the utility we are using to create topics and describe other topics as well. So since we set this Kafka home in an environment variable, so you can actually, I hope we did it. So let me check. So just make sure you set that. Otherwise, you have to go this location and run the script. So that's the only thing. Yeah, we set the Kafka home, so we can run from anywhere. So, the command to create topic is this is a utility, and followed by you have to give the option as -create -topic and provide the topic name. Okay, and then the bootstrap server, which is nothing but the Kafka server or broker. So which is we install in this machine, so we can specify localhost. If you are actually you can specify localhost, or you can specify the internal IP address of the host. Okay. If you are specifying a remote cluster, remote Kafka cluster, you can specify the host name of the remote Kafka cluster. And I just take this command. I'll run this. Okay, it says connection to node could not be established. Broker may not be available. So it says Kafka is not available. So make sure it's running. So you can run this command, right? Sudo system ctl status Kafka. It's not running. It is in inactive mode. So we'll start Kafka Zookeeper first and followed by the Kafka. Anyone have any question? Please stop me and ask me. So it's sudo system ctl start Zookeeper. So then we will start the Kafka. Yeah, now it is running. And now let's go and run the create script. Now it says created the topic called order events. So so this is the topic where I'm going to publish the order details. The whatever the people make the purchase some product in the e-commerce sites, that is information we are going to publish on this topic. So now coming back to the program. So we import this class Kafka producer and then additional few packages like from timestamp, from date time, from the date time I'm installing, from import timestamp, time package. And for JSON, actually in the Kafka, right? In the Kafka, you publish the data in a different message format. Like one can be JSON, or it can be of CSV format, whatever you can format. But whatever like the format you was, right. So the finally it has to be in byte array only. But before convert your byte array, it can now be any message format. So that in the consumption side, when you consume it, so for you, you have to decode it and then convert as per the file format you want, so the message format you want to process. So generally, we pass in JSON format or CSV format or Avro format. These are the three format messages being passed via Kafka. So we have to import this JSON package. All these four are inbuilt package in Python, so we are not installing it. And then I'm also importing the Kafka parser, config parser, because I have the property file or configuration file where I mentioned all this Kafka related information. Right, the host name is localhost, port number is 9092. The input topic is order-events. The output topic is output-topic. Okay. Now, so when you want to read this file and the configuration file and extract the information from here, so we need this package and this is a file name. So you have to create an object for the config parser class, right? And then this is just I'm displaying for just to know the object and whether it has any sections. And then there is a method called read. So the configuration parser class object.read, and you pass the file name, then it go and parses the file and get the sections. So what we mean by section is this is one section. Okay, so if I want to have MySQL details. I'll just put MySQL here, and the host name, port number is 3306. So here we'll have generally database name. We are not using in this program, but I'm just saying, so you can have it like eComDB, DB we are going to use the program. And the what else? Database name is important, host name and a username. So it can be of like a root, and password is DataMaking. So you can have multiple section and have that specific environment details. Okay, so that is what it is doing here. So when you say configuration.section, it will go and retrieve the sections. So now we have a configuration object. We read all the sections. How do you access each property, right? So you can access the configuration object dot get of, pass the section name and the particular field name or the key value, which is the key of the this one. So like inside Kafka, what is the host name? That's what I need it. So you pass the section name and the key, so you will get the value. So I'm storing it in the variable Kafka host name, Kafka port number, Kafka topic. I hope this is very straightforward, easy to interpret. Please let me know if you have any question. Okay. So then I also just do you have anyone have any question?
Yeah, so sir, actually I just want to ask you, config object equal to config var, sir. And then when we are printing it, config object, so what it will print actually?
So it just prints the object name. It's not print any values. Basically, it's object value pass. In the section, it will print initially it will print empty. Okay. So what I will do is
because it is empty object, right?
Yes, correct. So I will just I'll just comment out. This is the where it publishes the data to Kafka topic. I'll just run for not 100, just run for some 10 message. Okay, I'll just run this. So okay, in the Python, you have to specify the interpreter, which is like your Python installation location, so that the program will refer the particular runtime and run your code. For that, if you open the settings, this is just to run this program via PyCharm. Okay, so anyway, I'm just running via command line. If you want to run from PyCharm, just go to the settings and you see there's a project colon our project name. Just expand this and go to the interpreter. See, you see the Python interpreters, no interpreters selected. So here just click on, just choose wherever your Python is installed. So if it's not showing it, if it's not showing here, just show all. Even if it is not showing, you can click on plus and choose your installation. So system interpreter, go and choose that. So mine is here.
Pari, this is the local Python installed on your local machine, Windows machine, right?
Yes, yes.
So then how will it know that one we installed on Kafka is installed on some VM machine, right?
Yeah, so basically you can two way. Anyway, I'm going to run from the putty, which is inside the VM. Okay, if you want to run, you can also run, you can go and install the PyCharm on inside Ubuntu and you can run it. And the other way is you have to, anyway, we have the IP address of the source name, right? So we just have to give the IP address instead of localhost here. Sorry. Okay, so in this, I'll just tell you 1 minute. I just choose the interpreter and just say apply. I'll just tell you that. Okay, and then okay. See here.
Yeah, no.
In the config file, right? So here we gave it localhost, right? So instead of that, we will give our IP address, which is 192.168 at that IP address. Only probably one, it may throw error. There is one property we need to set, because when you want to access your Kafka broker from outside, right? Outside that particular host. Now, like we have a Kafka inside our VM. So if you want to publish the data from our local machine, there's something called a Kafka advertised listener that we need to enable. Okay, so that I will tell you. There is a one property where we have to say advertised Kafka listener something. Here, there we need to specify the IP address of the host so that you can connect from remote. I will tell you that part. Okay. Okay, let me run this. Okay, here Kafka model is not there. Okay, so now if you want to install the Kafka Python inside your ID, like here local, right? You can use same pip install -r, and you can run the secondment.txt file, or in the settings you go interpreter. Here these are the packages which is installed on this machine. Okay, you can choose. Sorry, you can click on this plus symbol and then type Kafka here, Kafka Python. So choose this package and say install package. So it is installed now. So you see here Kafka Python is installed, then say OK. So the red highlighting is gone. Now we can just run this. So it just printed the it just printed the object name, the line number 16, right? You are able to see that, or you want me to increase the font size? So line number 16, it just printed the object config for object name, the object actually. Then in this section, it says empty section. And after read, okay, after read, the object type I printed is of list. And then here it shows the object is like this, it is referring this file. And when we say section, it is printing the two sections we mentioned in the file. Okay. So we were in the here, right? I hope until line number 29, everyone is fine, right? Okay, this line I will explain. Okay, so we got the topic name. See, the Kafka broker, right? We need to specify, when we specify the Kafka broker, or it is also called recent days bootstrap server. Okay, so Kafka broker or Kafka server or Kafka bootstrap server, all names are same only. So we have to specify the host name colon the port number. That's how we have to the format we have to pass. So that's the reason I'm just appending the host name with the delimit res colon and the port number. Okay, since we are taking from this configuration file, just check this is coming as a string. If it is a numeric, you just say str up, just concatenate, like cast it to string and just append it. Okay, so until line number 29, everyone is fine, right? Any question? I hope there is no question. I'll move forward. So line number 33. Okay, so this is a typical Python syntax. Like what it does, what it means is, so when you write a Python program, there are certain programs you create as a functions, like a piece of code snippet. You created a function which may be used from other machine. So each Python program in Python programming is act as a module. Okay. So this Kafka underscore producer.py, even though it is a standalone program, it acts as a module. That means I can write one more program and import this program and start using the function watch which we create in this program, right? That I can do. So in Python, each Python program is act as a module. Okay. If you specify if underscore name equal to underscore main, whatever the code snippet you put it here, it will run when you run this program directly. So you cannot consume this piece of code from the other program where you import this program and use it, right? This is like main. This code is main for only running this program. Okay, so you can think like generally all the testing code of this particular program will be written here. Okay, so I can also just take this entire piece of code, okay, till the till this, right? I can put it as a function and call this function inside this main method. That's also I can do. Okay, I hope you understood the meaning of this if condition. And inside that, so we want to create a producer object. Okay, because the entire program is for Kafka producer. Okay, we want to publish the data into Kafka topic. So when you create a Kafka producer, object of Kafka producer, you have to pass few parameters. One is the Kafka bootstrap server. So example, as I mentioned, Kafka is a distributed messaging system. It can have multiple hosts in your Kafka, like multiple brokers in your Kafka cluster. So if you want to specify multiple this one, you can specify with the comma separator. Like first bootstrap server